Hey, what's going on here? It's Tyree, and I'm here to give a quick deck profile on the deck I ended up making top 8 at the Baltimore, Maryland regional this past weekend. It was Monarchs, and I was kind of surprised on that. I've never really played this before, but I decided to give it a try. I played this at the Philadelphia regional the prior weekend to learn it. Didn't end up topping there, but I ended up topping this one. So it was extra deck Monarchs, and now I'm going 8 or X11, and I'm drawing the last round. Two pendulums. My friend Dan, he also ended up topping, but nonetheless, listen to the deck. I also have a deck profile up on Jobber's channel, so I'll probably link his channel below. So, 3 ether, need 3 of those. 2 of this, Erebus, because you can get it back, so there's no need for 3. You can get it back from the grave, with no effect. 2 Kraz, not 3 because it's literally like, it's not the greatest to draw. It's okay to draw because it's a single tribute, so you can get everything, a ball rolling with return, and just draw with it, but you don't really draw multiples, so you would never catch me running through this. It is not correct. Don't. And it's 2 Edia and the, Eidos. Yep. Just 2 and 1, because you don't really draw this. And this actually isn't that good to summon. You just want to send off a Brilliant, because this is, like, open to strike, Veiler, a Fog Blade, Breakthrough, so it's just not that great to summon. 2 Methra, I really do like this card. I'll explain this because you floodgate BA kind of, because it gives them a token. So if you do this turn 1, you give them a token, so they can't actually like do BA stuff. They have to open up with Rhino or Speedroid Terratop in order to do something. And this doesn't require a normal summon, so you're not weak to a Fat Veiler. So if you just on this have return, you can distribute even with the Veiler, you still get return surge. So you don't just like break your hand. It also is really cool is if you have this in your graveyard, you can banish it to special summon this, then its effect to get this out, then you can tribute or tribute itself or tribute one to for a guy, then you get an extra tribute because of this effect. So you get 2 tributes you can tribute for like Kraz and Erebus or Aether Erebus or a combination of those. So it's really good. I like it. Or you can just banish this to get Mithra itself. So I really do like it. I consider maybe going up to 3. For the teleport engine, I ran one blue layer, excuse me, and 2 red layers. Don't need any more than this because they recycle themselves, and this recycles itself. So it's really good for rank 5s. It's special and activate brilliant. Just rank 5 right there. 1 garnet. I was just thinking about trying out Uzuli and stuff, but they can like add extra bricks because instead of running the 1 garnet, you run the normal monster and Uzuli. So it's cool though. And the 1 Magic Fiend because you against BA and Cosmo, you can just Stone 4/3 guy for Magic Fiend. That itself can when you do the game, also you can search for it with Stone with Return. So yeah, not like in the mirror though, but I'm not gonna face that many, I guess. 3 brilliant. It's really good in this deck, in my opinion, because sure it doesn't really unbreak your hand, but it allows you to do extended plays that a normal mono deck can't do. Like if you open up with Brilliant and Pantheism, you can just you can just activate Pantheism, banish for its effect, add a spell, then you go Brilliant, send Edia, then add back the Pantheism to your hand, and then you just call from there. So 3 Brilliant, 3 Pantheism, not explaining that. 3 Tenacity, not explaining that. 3 Return, it doesn't hinder you. All you do is you activate it, pop it with Karaz, and you just go off from there. Like you can start from your extra deck after that. So you just need it for the get whatever Monarch you don't have, and just go from there. 3 Stone Fourth, broken card, 3 broken card actually makes your Cosmo matchup pretty easy. Domain, this card's not really that good. The theory behind it was you just reduce the level of your Ether or your Erebus to be able to use Prime or like blue layers or red layers or single tribute it, but you usually don't have the luxury to search this out, so it never really came up. Like if you have the luxury to search this out, it means you already have Stormforth, you already have Pantheism, Primes, and all that, which means you already were set in the first place. So you're not flooding them out because you have an extra deck. So and 2 teleport because it's 2, and 1 upstart because it's at 1. Traps, 3 prime, 3 prime. The only reason I ran 3 is because the third one's good in the mirror match because I should like Monarchs. You want to have 2 in your graveyard, so you can banish 1 on your opponent's end phase, then 1 on your turn, make rank 5. But in the mirror match, you want to have 1 set. So in the mirror match, you want to be able to do that and have 1 set to put back your spawn trap cards, so you can keep grinding in the mirror match and get advantage. So escalation. I don't like this card that much. It's the same thing as domain. You don't really have the luxury to search this most of the time, and it only really comes up in a mirror more so. I guess it's cool if Magic's Fiend, you can Stone for a Magic on their turn, but usually like you don't really have the luxury to do that most of the time because it's Monarchs after all, and this deck has a really high chance of breaking. So higher chance than the other 2 decks in the format, which are Cosmo and Burning Abyss, which are the other front runners of the decks in the format. So go to Yasha deck because I actually do run one. Let's go to the Pleiades first. 2 Pleiades. This comes up against BA, not so much against anything else. 2 Durandals. This is actually just my favorite card in the Yasha deck. It allows you to, if you don't have a Monarch, you can try again and do that. And also, it's good in mirror match. Also good against Cosmo because you can, it being able to redirect and destroy, like make their effects in MST is really important because usually like after you Erebus them with Stoneforth, like they're low on resources. So like by the time they're like bait this out, they're like even low on resources, which means you can just make 1 more push and just put it over the top. So this is really good. This is actually like favorite card. Make sure that because making this is free a lot of the time because you use Seraph Knight and Prime or 2 primes, which are just free cards. 2 Volcasaurus. It came up in testing a little bit, but it didn't come up to regional. But this sometimes comes up, so let's run 2 of that. 2 Thunder Charger because of you ran also this, and when this has no materials, you can't attack with it, so you actually have to do this to attack with it. So, and you need a second one also because you're probably going to also put Volcasaurus on top of or Thunder Charge on top of Volcasaurus. So 2 comes up actually quite a bit. Then you have Shark Fortress, which OTKs, Aegis for Master Restrict, Hope if you have 2 8s. If you go like Ether and Erebus, then you can overlay into it. You have the Seraph Knight. Then the Synchros, I have Spark and Omega. Aside of Ghost, though, we're going first in the mirror match, and that's the only reason I have those. If you don't have Match Restrict, which aside from the mirror match, then you summon Omega, which can put back your Pantheisms and Eidos, whatever it's called. Then if you have Match Restrict, you go for the auto win and go Spark Dragon Match Restrict. So, then for the side deck, real quick. 2 Cast Trap Holes, mirror match, and I guess going first against Pendulums, you can decide it. Hit their Luster, hit Joker, stuff like that. Going first in mirror match restrict is pretty much an auto win because your deck's not locked out from you're locked out from shooting, but you're not limited as much as most like as not extra deck monarchs are because they actually can't play the game, whereas you can still like overlay and stuff. And also like they have to do really obscure things with the player on this. Like they have like double domain and then attack over your monster, which at that point you'll just make it a rank 5 next turn. So there's actually not really an out to it. You have Regeki. That's it for traps. Regeki, triple twin twister, which says you don't lose to mask. Which you like just because you have an extra day, there are some situations that come up. You don't always have a rank 5 play, so you kind of need to hit like mask and stuff. Or the backgrounds, a cash trap was really a problem for no matter what version you're running. Then for BA, I went pretty hard actually. 3 Max C, 2 Flying C. Don't actually want you to play the game. I can't lock you out with domain, so we need another route to go with them. So we went with 3 Max C and the Flying Seas. This also is against Mermail and I guess Pendulum, sort of, but mostly not for that. It's just for IBA. And the 1 Ghost Ogre, which I said is for the mirror match because you can just teleport into it, and also you can synchro of the Prime or Seraph Knight because both level 5. And I guess it's also good against Pendulums because you still hit the monkey board, they do draw it. So, or they're matched there, I guess. So that's it for the deck. If you have any questions, post them below. It has a really solid deck. I'd make a few changes, like take out Escalation and maybe Domain, maybe something else. I don't know where they'll be at. I'm just testing out a lot of stuff for the upcoming format, but this is a really solid deck. Moving forward, I highly suggest people try it out. Maybe not this version, but any other version. I would just recommend you run an extra deck. I do not recommend domain monarchs. They're not that good in my opinion. That's it, guys. Catch you guys later.